Oh yeah, Joel, good session today. Hope you found it helpful. Just going to run through some of the things now we discussed in the session. Now, in terms of setup, got a nice lead left arm here now, getting it down in line with the chef. That could be a little bit further forward by pushing the hands a little bit more this way towards target. Get that lead arm on the club a little bit more in a sort of straighter line. It will help you sort of put your hands on that club a little bit easier. And when the hands are on that club in a much more efficient way, it actually helps you hinge your wrists. And as we discussed obviously in the session, allow this elbow to bend. That right elbow needs to hinge on the way back to help get that club further up in the backswing. As you said, obviously you struggled with the driver in the past because that right arm couldn't kind of hinge back. We can see as we start going back here now, the lead arm, your left arm there nice and extended, torso's rotating nicely, and now your right arm is able to bend, so therefore we can now get the golf club up here above your head. Now, if truth be told, we probably moved a little bit off the ball with our head, possibly stood up a little bit, but really sort of focusing on one thing at a time. As we said, that right elbow for you is going to be the key thing. Just get that hinging and bending. You can see because of that standing up in the backswing and the way your sort of head's tilted, you now feel like you're a long way from the golf ball compared to where you were here. As a result of that sort of creates a bit of a sort of instinctive drop into the golf ball, as you can see. Now, if we just drop down to reach the golf ball, your head now impacts probably a little bit, ideally, too far behind the golf ball. Again, that will cause you, when you're on the range at some shots, hit up on the ball a little bit and potentially top it, which will then lead to that phrase that we said in the lesson. A lot of your friends will say, keep your head down because you've topped it. It's not because you're lifting your head, as you can, the head staying well down after. I mean, the club's sort of chest high now before your head actually starts lifting up through. So your head's not lifting up too quickly. It's just this dropping down in the downswing. Okay, but focus mainly on that right elbow. Get that right elbow softening and hinging up in the backswing so we can get that club in a much better position. At least it'll then help you create some power, bring that golf club back to the goal, as we can see. And again, I think in terms of through the ball, this was a much fuller follow through. Some of the follow throughs we saw, your club was kind of, sort of stopping around here, really kind of sort of limiting off how much sort of speed and pace through the golf ball you have. And the fact the club is stopping around the sort of head or chest height, should I say, position is usually a sign we're gripping onto the club too tight. So as we said, nice and loose in that grip pressure, lead arm and the club sort of nice in a sort of extended line here. And in terms of the movement now, just focus on that right elbow, softening that right arm as we go back. Just get used to how the body kind of hinges, help get that club up in a better position up to the top of the backswing. So hope that makes sense. Any questions, obviously give me a shout and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers.